The girl's in excruciating pain. She is suffering from head injuries and a deep gash to her knee. She's in shock and disorientated. It's 1 o'clock and Jane gets a message that someone has fallen off the rocks, probably near the blowhole. Cameron and Mark launch the IRB. All they know is a person is seriously injured, but they have no exact location. They take a guess the patient is near the blowhole entrance on the other side of the Blue Pool, a tourist spot 1 kilometre south of Piha Beach.
Yeah, the girl came rushing up. Her and her friend were trying to climb up the rocks and they were having some difficulty for a while, and then she slipped down into the gap, which is full of water. Really bad bang to the head. Her friend had to drag her out of the water and onto the rocks, and she sat there with her for a few minutes.
Chris awaits further instructions.
Right, a helicopter standby, over.
The first account of the girl who's fallen off the rocks are very serious, and the Westpac Rescue helicopter has been called out. The flying time from Auckland to Piha is 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Piha out.
Chris decides to prepare a second rescue boat. There are 2 ways to get to the blowhole, and Cameron and Mark have taken a gamble, going past Camel Rock to the open sea. Chris, Michael and club manager Nick launch a second IRB, while Cameron is still searching near the blowhole.
That's the blowhole there, but there's rock there, so we want to stick here, we don't want to get caught inside. I don't know where this person could be, but if she's in the rocks, she's on the rocks here and she's down by the big room front. Westpac Rescue, this is Piha, do you copy?
Dave has cut his lunch break short to come back on the job. With no radio equipment to communicate, Cameron still doesn't know where the patient is. He decides on a radical action. Lifeguards Chris and Michael have now got an exact location on the injured girl and have no time to spare. Meanwhile, Mark and the cameraman are heading back to the Blue Pool in the hope they'll find Cameron and the injured girl. Cameron has made it safely through the blowhole. Chris and Michael have also reached the injured girl. The girl is in serious pain. She is suffering from head injuries and a deep gash to her knee. She's in shock and disorientated. While Chris is attending to her knee injury, Michael tries to get a neck brace on.
Can you confirm that you're actually in the blowhole and that you might be able to carry her by stretchers to the grassy patch behind the Blue Pool instead of transporting her by the IRB, copy? That's Nick. We're not in the blowhole. We're at the gap.
The girl is not cooperating and has taken her neck brace off.
Okay, breathing's okay? Complaining of not being able to breathe but not taking the oxygen.
The team is battling an incoming tide and have to move quickly before they're stranded.
Possible rib damage. Yep.
They have to move the girl to a nearby beach where the helicopter can hopefully find a safe landing pad. The girl's in excruciating pain.
Copy that, we're just having some trouble. She doesn't want to lie down on the stretcher. It'll take a while to get her on the stretcher, and we'll keep you informed after that.
And if not, we'll have to bring her back. Fair enough.
In case the helicopter can't land close to the blowhole, Dave is organising a second landing spot. Due to shock, the girl doesn't want to lie down on the stretcher, making it very difficult for the lifeguards. But they are trying to properly secure her neck. The tide is now so high, the Westpac Rescue helicopter may have trouble landing near the rescue team. Chris swims ashore to get some extra gear, while the police chopper circles above. The girl insists on making her own way. The lifeguards have to move her without the stretcher before the tide takes them all away.
Status 2, she's in a stable condition, but we were concerned here with this police helicopter. It's been called out for a missing person, which is a non-event, and I believe the Westpac is Westpac coming through now.
While the waves flood the accident scene, the Westpac helicopter prepares to land. The lifeguards finally land on shore with the injured patient. The paramedic is now in charge, and that means moving the injured patient onto the stretcher. And this time she has to be strapped in securely before taking flight. She's off to hospital. A kayaker has a nasty injury.
Honey, what's up? Oh, is that right? Is that out there?
Yep.
He's in agony.
Okay, we'll call an ambulance for you because we'll take you up. You just like to, probably the easiest way is we put you on the back of the bike rather than trying to put you on a stretcher.
Servcom from Piha, we have a request for an ambulance.
I was rolling the kayak up, and when I tried to roll the boat up, it dislocated.
The guards are allowed to administer just one painkiller, Entonox, better known as laughing gas.
It's going to sound like a duck. Okay, so what you do is that you take... Sorry.
There's a tried and true way to deal with dislocated shoulders. Step 1, dull the pain. Step 2, get Mark's gear off.
Sorry, my hand's not going anywhere inappropriate. No, while you're down there, comments, eh?
I have 3 daughters. If my daughters can see me.
Here they are, We're just having some,
all good.
we're having some humour, and we're just saying that I'm not doing anything inappropriate.
Is it still out?
Yeah.
It's not this family's first holiday mishap.
No, it's happened before. This has happened. Last time it happened, we were in the Alps. The French Alps. Yes.
Oh boy.
So far so good in the undressing department.
Okay, if you just go down low and extend it.
Right.
Step 3, take off his skirt. His kayak skirt, that is.
Have you ever had 3 women disrobe you like this? Okay, now you can sit down. Hands down, mate.
Ow.
Okay.
Oh my.
Step 4,
Are you sure, Mark?
Yeah. Shit. Ow.
Anna repositions Mark to hopefully coax the arm back into place.
It's not really the position, but okay.
I'm sorry to deal with.
No, you're not a woman.
Yeah. Really hell, that really hurts.
Is it worse now that you're in that position?
I don't know, it's just painful anyway.
It's not working. She tries another tack.
So you don't have a dislocated shoulder. What you have is just a slight pain in your shoulder, and the positive thought is that no, I'm just trying to do that your brain doesn't think. So we're just going to untrain it. So we're just going to get you laughing, and then we can tell your brain that it isn't actually a dislocated shoulder. That's not going to work, is it?
Anna seems to have sucked in a bit of the gas herself. Dislocated Mark is off to Waitakere Hospital, still chocker with laughing gas.
Personally, I don't think I need it, but I'll do it anyway.
I don't believe in drugs, kids.
Yeah, I don't take drugs.
It's starting to work.
I said, just ignore your father, please. Whatever he comes out with, it's the gas talking, all right, girl?
The only way to get a decent look at the shoulder is to cut Mark's wetsuit open.
Oh, that's a beautiful looking shoulder you've got.
I've never seen him so chirpy, actually.
It's a very, very, very achy sensation.
And Mum captures this happy moment for the family album.
On the Raglan Bar, a boat capsized this morning. After a 10-minute search, lifeguards Debbie and Travis find 4 of the 5 occupants.
How many people on board your boat? 5.
The 5th person has been rescued by Coast Guard.
Yeah. Okay, what's wrong? What's wrong exactly?
Move yourself back. Move yourself back. This one. Mate, come in. Come in. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Coast Guard base from Raglan Surfcom from Raglan IRB. Get them in. Currently picking up 4 more patients. We'll take them into the land and ferry them out one by one. So what we'll get you to do is get you to jump on the back of the jet ski. Okay. Take this one. So there were 5 people total, and we've now got 5, correct? Sweet. Okay, slip out of the boat. Okay, and we're going on to that map. Surfcom Raglan IRB. Coast Guard has already picked up 1 patient. We have picked up a further 4, and we are now transporting 3 people to Kayaker Rescue. Coast Guard jet ski has the 4th patient that we have picked up, giving total 5.
Travis and Debbie hand over their remaining patients to their Coast Guard comrades.
Go this one next. This one's got abdo injuries. All accounted for. 5 people total, 5 people retrieved. If you guys are happy with that number? Yes.
A successful cooperation between 2 voluntary rescue organisations, Coast Guard and the Surf Lifeguards.
But it turns out 2 of them went to hospital and the other 3 were stabilised by ambulance back down at the Coast Guard base. So yeah, all the agencies worked really well together, so it was good to see. In the grand scheme of things, even though the boats flipped on the bar today and they've had the accident in the first place, they did everything right. Each one of them was wearing a life jacket. They stayed together and they had all the safety equipment. They'd put in a bar watch report with the Coast Guard. You can't ask anything more than that. They did everything right, and because they did everything right, they're still alive today.
20 minutes ago, 2 tourists entered the water. They were swept around and thrown onto Lion Rock. They are stranded between high cliffs and the Glut, an inlet of water. Adam is the only lifeguard who braved the waters and successfully reached the battered swimmers. 3 other not-so-successful lifeguards are heading back to base to discuss an alternative plan to retrieve the swimmers.
They got cuts all over her body, and Britta got hammered trying to get over there. She just couldn't get over there. And then Adam's over there with them, but there's no way back.
I just tried to cross the cross, and I got a rock and I just got blown back into the cave, stuck between rocks, so definitely not safe to bring them back.
Just can't communicate when given it's very noisy and we're just a little bit too far away.
Jacqueline stays on the south side of the Glut with a radio. The others organise an IRB.
And Adam's saying that it seems a lot calmer on the north side of Lion Rock, and he's wondering whether or not it would be safer for you to go round to the north side and do the pick-up from that side. He says that he's a little bit concerned that you could flip the boat in the Glut.
Cool, copy that. Just make sure they're staying off the rocks where the white water's washing over them. That's all, we don't want them back in the water.
The Glut is what lifeguards call the safest place for a swimmer or surfer to end up in going around Lion Rock. However, in today's conditions, you don't want to be in here either.
I'm not too happy about going in that Glut. If we get in the there is no one that can come in and help us.
They decide to return. Plan B comes into play. The lifeguards are going to have to swim them out through the Glut. Anthony briefs fellow lifeguard Lee.
So you got the Glut like this? Yeah. They're all over here, yet you need them to be down here. Okay. There's a big flat ledge and it cuts off over there. So they've made it onto that side. Yeah. So what you guys can have to do is come up and over, wait for the sets, jump in the water, swim across, come back out, and then put one in the water at a time, and then bring them through.
This is looking rough. Yeah, see, we need to try and get them across this.
Yeah. If you go on the rocks over there, I can swim across, bring them across. I can try that. Oh my god, what the f***? Should I go to you? Yeah. Oh my god. That is where you would not want to be.
it's really on the edge. It could go either way. Just getting off the rocks with the fins is going to be really hard. If you time it right, it's good. If you mistime it, you're in big trouble.
I think that's too rough.
Yeah.
If you've got a lull, you'd be okay. If you didn't, you get washed all over the rock wall.
Yeah.
Standing there, when some of those bigger sets came through, it was really smacking around. Let's say to Murray and Ants that we're not comfortable to get them back, because you're exactly right, Jackie. This could turn... Fair call, but I can't see. I don't think we can get them out.
Ants and Duncan are going to be around in a few minutes in the IRB to reassess the situation.
Bob and Lee scale the rocks further out to reach the safest entry point into the glut. Bob crosses the glut to prepare and help the swimmers for the IRB rescue. Bob has safely made it to the north side. For now, Lee has positioned himself on the south side, ready for further instructions. In the IRB are crewman Anthony and driver Duncan.
Come in down here. Come in down here. All of you, come down here. This way, guys.
There are many dangerous factors Duncan has to vigilantly manage in order to pull this rescue off.
Do you want to do one at a time? Wait, stay there. Get them down. Bring them down to where you are. Yeah. Put a tube around them. We'll wait for the set to go through, but we want them where you are. One at a time. One at a time.
In this narrow inlet surrounded by sharp rocks, it's impossible to have the IRB sit stationary.
Put a tube around them.
Every time a wave approaches, the IRB needs to face it, otherwise they will flip.
Yeah, flip it round and so it's light. Give us something to grab hold of. Has anyone got flippers? I don't want you in the water with them.
Lee needs to get in the water now.
And you're going to stay in the water the whole time. Then get the first ready to go, mate. I want you to jump in and swim towards us, okay?
Before a helicopter is called, they will attempt one more IRB rescue.
I want you to run with the patient, yeah. Okay, let's go. Come on, mate, get in here. Let's go. Let's go. Help.
We're better off choppering this, man.
He can get in the water. I want the lifeguard in the water.
Lee is in, and one of the tourists.
Got him? No, haven't got him. Forward. You're right, you're with us, yeah? You're fine. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down. Stay down. Sit down. Sit, lie down.
Duncan brings the first swimmer back to the main beach. Lee and Bob prepare the next patient. The injured man is taken to the medical room, while Duncan heads back for the second swimmer.
This is beyond really what anyone should be doing.
In the glut, Lee gets his rescue tube to Bob. He needs it for the second swimmer.
Okay. Whoa.
Duncan and Anthony arrive back in the glut.
In the water! Come on! Yeah! Over this one! Get out here, bro. Get out of it! Let go! You know what's on the fish? No. Right? Yeah, good. Thanks, boys. Get back to the beach, eh?
You're doing good, buddy.
While the IRB heads back with the second swimmer, Lee, Bob and Adam decide to swim back across the glut. Battered and bruised, the guys are treated in the medical room. Shock sets in.
It's a bit iffy, you know, in the glut around there, it's always, today was marginal, we should put it that way. Because the glut there, it's a controlled pool of water, well not controlled, but it's a pool of water, and that pool of water's coming in as the waves come in and then sucking out again. So you can't just turn around and park, you've got to constantly manoeuvre the boat, and you know that involves hitting a few waves and doing 360s if you have to, just to try and stay in the same location. So yeah, it's a little bit marginal.
It was scary, again to water, again to big wave jumps, so no more again.
The difficult part was convincing them. They were very hesitant about what to do. The second gentleman was not a confident swimmer, and he seemed quite scared of the situation.
So guys, you can get dressed. Yeah. When you feel ready, you're able to go.
Go back to the camper and then we maybe go to sleep or go just sit and relax.
I think it's their last day in New Zealand before they fly home, so a little memorable end to New Zealand for them.